TESOL. I actually wanted to be a Spanish major, or a Spanish minor, but I was encouraged by like different professors that TESOL would be better. Like it would look better on resume, it would make me more marketable, so I decided to do TESOL, and then I've always loved like Honduras and like just Spanish in general, so being able to use that in teaching is why I chose TESOL.
I was really interested in TESOL through an experience I had the opportunity to do with some Saudi Arabian students at Ada Elementary. When I went and started tutoring them, I was so fascinated at how much catching up they had to do and how much learning that they had to do outside of the gen ed classroom. And I was really excited to help teach them my native language. And we had a ton of fun. We played a lot of games which involved them learning and stuff. So that's really what got me inspired to pursue TESOL.
My favorite class that I've taken is language variation because of specifically a project that we did that lasted most of the year that we were researching and reading books on, and I got to present a project all about argumentation. And it was interesting because it wasn't necessarily just for like speakers of other languages or how to teach, but like just what language is and different types of it. So it was really interesting to learn like different types of arguing and like how girls and girls argue and how guys and girls argue and how guys and guys argue, and being able to like use that in my daily life, like later that day or that week seeing something and being like, oh, like I actually know why they're doing that, or like that makes sense, like that goes along with, you know, something that I read of a theorist that said this about girls and guys. And
I think the biggest challenge would be, well, I think there's a couple different big challenges. In bigger cities, I feel like that TESOL teachers sometimes are hard to come by. So in bigger cities where there's a large, like say a large Somalian population, it would be hard to pull all of those students out into a single classroom with one teacher and make sure that all of those students get the amount of attention, you know, that they need. But I also think that helping the students speak in English, getting in the habit of speaking in English in the classroom when they're learning, and trying, not necessarily taking away their native language, but getting a habit of speaking in English. That way they can start to like read and comprehend in English as well, is a challenge also, because of course everyone wants to revert back to, you know, the language they speak.
One way that I will use TESOL in my teaching will be, I'm going to teach next year in Honduras for a year in Tegucigalpa at a bilingual school. And so I will be teaching all in English, and they'll have Honduran teachers to teach the 1 hour of Spanish that they have a day. But being able to use like techniques and methods and stuff that we learned in class, like meet the needs of my students who don't speak Spanish, and how to say things in a different way or explain it in a different way or present the material in a different way that they can learn it when their language isn't in English, but that's what I'm teaching in.